Christ Game Saga, Part 13 of Infinity. The Spiritual Conflict Ritual explained. The Spiritual Conflict Ritual. Before I go on, I need to say some foundational quotes before I really begin to get into the video. Foundational quotes. Like what I was putting in those last few videos that I made when I started saying things like the 9 divine senses, or the 9 choirs of angels, or the 9 chakra system, or the 9 deadly principalities, and the 9 reverse principalities. I need to put some more foundational words into this video here. One key thing that's going to be foundational for this video is the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is going to be the key, major, foundational thing to have in your mind as I go through this video. But before I also go on, I also want to correct another mistake I made in the previous video. So in the previous video, what was it titled? It was the video I just posted, but I had in there how the 8th sense was smell listed twice. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say taste that time. I meant to say how the 9 senses, I'm going to just list them off real quick and then say smell as the 8th one like I originally intended to. So it's the sense of source 1, the sense of expectation 2, the sense of self 3, the sense of hearing 4th, then the sense of feel 5, the sense of, after feel it's hard to memorize them in this order though, somewhat harder to memorize them in this order, but I'll get it. After feel, it was sight, which is what we're going to be talking about a lot today, the sense of sight. Remember, solar plexus, is going to be a lot of solar plexus talk for this video. So after the sense of sight in the solar plexus, then there comes the sense of taste in the sacral chakra. And then after the sense of taste, there comes the sense of smell in the root chakra, which is, when in its gross element is earth. The root chakra's gross element is earth, meaning what gives our smell, our abilities to be a smell, is the earth itself. Take that however you like to take it. So, this video here, the spiritual conflict ritual explained. Now, since I made that correction and had to use some of my time to make the correction, here are the foundational words for this Christ Game Saga right here. However you take this symbol is on you. Don't care how you see me doing it. But here's the foundation for this video here. As above, so below. That's a foundational quote for this video. As above, so below. Meaning, what is going on in the lower world is also happening in the highest world. What's going on in the lowest world is simultaneously happening in the highest world. Foundational quote. As above, so below. You'll get what that means in a moment. And you'll get exactly why I said that in a moment, regardless of what's actually going on in the highest world and what's going on in the physical world now. Soon, it will be as within, so throughout. My objective doesn't end. I just get a slight more eager to see it manifest. Let me just say that. Moving forward. So, foundational quote right here. After as above, so below. Meaning what's going on in the highest world is also going on in the lowest world simultaneously, at the same time, concomitantly. Next quote, next foundational quote. Coming from the Chakra Tree Murdy parable, or should I say, not the Chakra Tree Murdy parable, but yes, at the same time. But here, see it like this. Astral and ether reasoning. Astral and ether reasoning. From an ethereal view, our solar plexus chakra. Remember, I said solar plexus is going to be one of the foundational quotes for this video. Foundational quotes. Solar plexus is on a ethereal sense, or from an ethereal perspective, or an ethereal view. Our solar plexus is our gut spiritual power. You follow what I'm saying? Our gut spiritual power from a ethereal view. Now, from an astral view, the solar plexus is our conscious mind's spiritual powers. You follow what I'm saying? And why do I keep saying spiritual powers? Here's another foundational quote. What does the word chakra literally define as? Each, meaning all of them. meaning the word chakra itself defines as each of the sensors of spiritual power. Spiritual power, power in the human body. Usually considered to be 7 in number, but it's infinite in actuality. Like in spiritual reality, the chakras are infinite. In spiritual reality, chakras are infinite and omnipresent. In the spiritual reality, they are. Moving forward. But here, the focus for this video today is going to be the solar plexus chakra. It's going to be some stories I'm going to branch off from the solar plexus chakra to tell you about. So check it out. Foundational quotes. What are some more foundational quotes right now? First foundational quote, as above, so below. What's happening in the highest world is also happening in the lowest world simultaneously. Next one is the solar plexus chakra itself. The next one is the definition of the solar plexus, definition of chakra. Each of the centers of spiritual power in the human body, usually considered to be 7 in number. They are infinite and omnipresent. The next one, the next foundational quote, how on an ethereal perspective, how from an ethereal perspective, meaning the physical world, ethereal perspective, our solar plexus spiritual power represents the energy and or characteristical qualities of our gut. Trust your gut, right? Guard your eyes and your mouth. Guard what goes into your mouth and guard what goes into your eyes. Because what you physically consume can go through your eyes and your mouth at the same time. It can also go through your nose. You can smell something and make you sick and make you want to throw up, can't you? It all hits you the same way. Because it's all the same power. So check it. Spiritual conflict ritual explained. Christ Games Saga Part 13 of Infinity. Check it. So, solar plexus chakra, from an ethereal perspective, it is our gut energy, our gut spiritual power. And the solar plexus chakra, from an astral perspective, is our physical conscious minds. Our physical conscious minds, right here. You follow me? Now, take this out too. On an ethereal plane, our third eye chakras, can be labeled and described as our conscious mind, our literal physical conscious mind. On an ethereal level, the third eye chakra can be seen as our literal conscious mind. Time to fuse so we can fight, win, and go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Moving forward to home liberation, the preservation of my home. Meaning, ethereally, the third eye chakra is our conscious mind. Astrally, the third eye chakra is the King of Kings conscious mind. Ethereally, third eye chakra, conscious mind. Astrally, third eye chakra, King of Kings conscious mind. I said we had 3 conscious minds, subconscious minds, and physical bodies, didn't I? We are 3 things in one thing. Time to accept the ultimate truth and fuse with who you are so you can whoop this thing's tater tot and we can go home. So many lame words. Moving forward here. Now, spiritual conflict explained. First, what is a ritual? A ritual is a religious and or solemn ceremony. That's what it is, a religious and or solemn ceremony. What is a religion? What is solemn? What is a ceremony? A religion is simply an accepted standard of beliefs. An accepted standards of beliefs. There we go. There's the full definition right there. It registered. Okay. A religion is the belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. Remember, a belief is foundational. Your beliefs are what make up your moral grounds. Your beliefs are what make up your moral grounds. Whatever your beliefs are. Notice I'm not saying beliefs. I'm saying beliefs without the V in it. Without the V, you know? Without the V, that was a check mark. Without the V in it. that's what your beliefs are. Your beliefs make up your foundations. So whatever your belief system is currently, that's what your moral foundation is as well. And whatever your moral foundation is currently is how your behavior will execute as well. Whatever your moral foundation is set up to be, meaning whatever your belief system and your belief foundational grounds are set up to be as, is what is going to drive your behavior to be as well. So, what is? Because that's what religion is. A religion is a belief in or worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. What god do you believe in? Since a religion is essentially the belief of God, meaning the foundation of God, because a belief is a foundation of morals, right? You know what God literally defines as? The creator and ruler of this universe. Two things in one. And source of all moral authority. Didn't say anything about the source of all immoral authority, now does it? And source of all moral authority through supreme being. So God literally defines as in your world. I love you very much, don't worry. Moving forward. So, God, religions, they are one and the same thing in a sense, according to the sway your word is structured, because God itself is your moral grounds. God is the moral center of everything. God is the moral center. God is our moral center. Thought that's what you were trying to be, our moral center. Honestly, I was just trying to be myself, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with me wanting to be what I am? Are you saying you're God? I'm saying I'm a piece of God that just wants to be what I am. You got a problem with me wanting to be what I am? Why do you have to ask so many deflectious questions to skirt across the idea and deflect my mind away from what I am saying I wish to do? Just be myself. It just so happens that who I am at my core self, a lot of cores, the moral center of the universe. I just want to be myself. What's wrong with that? Moving forward. No, I'm not God. I'm a piece of God. The whole God is the legitimate whole freaking moral center of everything. That's the whole God there. Life force, all of that. The mental and moral qualities, you name it. The life force government, the supernatural supreme being of all things. That's what God is, truly. It's according to what all of your religious texts say, and not simultaneously. The true God is the life force of the universe. Once you accept this, you've honestly accepted a brand new foundation. Because here's the thing, you all feel like God is some entity swooping around in the sky all day, zapping you and your children for not being jealous of everything in your reality, like it is. Moving forward. So, as above, so below. The third eye chakra is the conscious mind and the astral of the King of Kings, and the conscious mind of us in the ether. The soul star chakra. You can't even count that being in the ether. It's outside of both the astral and the ether. The soul star chakra is outside of our physical reality entirely. The soul star chakra, in my humble opinion, is the true Most High God of our physical reality. Or at least whatever energy in which the soul star chakra is truly. Because I just believe that energy is the true God of the universe. Energy. That's just what I believe in personally. You don't gotta believe what I believe in, but I'm just gonna go with energy. If you want to believe in what I'm going to believe in, because I know how true it actually is, You want to know what it's going to do? Lift your spiritual vibrations up through the roof if you accept and or believe what I believe in here. But I'm going to always keep on saying to you, you ain't got to accept what I believe in, because here's the reality. If you accept what I believe in, it's going to spiritually kill you. I just want to take my time picking over my food a bit. Then again, ain't no point in pandering. Just go off, right? Don't drop the plow, as y'all would say. I didn't drop the plow. I keep telling you this. Well, then again, I haven't told you just exactly how honestly devastating this truth I figured out really is. I haven't told you that yet. Like, everything you believe in about whatever that has ever been, ever, this idea is going to wipe it all away out of you. Completely. Even the literal title God is going to be gone from you once I'm done with you. I keep telling you I'm not for any names. I know something beyond everything that y'all are discovering now. Even more. So much more. I keep telling you it's infinite. You'll never catch up with me. I'll never catch up with me. Well, I'm already me that's caught up, so it doesn't really matter, but still. Point is, if you accept what this truth is, it's just going to keep taking you higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And the higher you go, the more you lose control. And the more God takes over. The higher you go, the more you lose control, and the more the true God takes over you. Or at least by the way you think. You follow what I'm saying? How is it going to take over you? God, because once you get into the real studies about who God is, you're going to hear about a whole lot of characteristics of integrity and dignity and ethics and morals and principles and good, beautiful, normal, and natural, peace, love, unity, and advancement, calmness, serenity, love, and righteousness, give life and abilities to live them accurately, prevent things from ruining you and or imbalancing you ever again. You're going to hear a lot of stuff like that when you start climbing into the research. And the more stuff you hear like that, the more the opposite of those characteristics will not be demonstrated from thine vessel. Hey man, I just want to go home. Just so happens that I have to get my body back to go home. You'll get what that means later when I say get my body back. Moving forward. Time is later now. So what do I mean by get my body back? Meaning I'm going to reincarnate through and resurrect out of every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet, because my home is the 7 billion melanated soul stance technique globally. That's my home there. My home manifests when I work that 7 billion melanated soul stance technique on y'all heads. Yeah. Call it a technique for a reason, because I'm wrestling with God. This whole spiritual, you know what, instead of it being a spiritual conflict ritual, it should be called a spiritual wrestling ritual. Spiritual wrestling ritual, but I'm gonna call it a conflict ritual for the sake of the other parts of the solar plexus chakra that I'm adding into this video to make it make more kind of like not so spiky, stuck up for you to fall like Mortal Kombat if you start getting into the information, meaning like when you start going into the information, it won't be like a pillar of spikes on the floor waiting for you to step on and bleed out. If you really think I'm talking about you actually physically dying in some kind of sense. No, it's just a disposition shift. Think about it. Your disposition is unscrupulous. Mine's is integral. I'm better than you. Well, I'm not better than you, but I'm better than you. What? No, I ain't better than you, and I don't want to be better than you, but I'm better than you regardless. I can't help but to be better than you. You evil. Evil things are just worse than good things. It's not rocket science. It's just obvious. I am better than you. You suck. Moving forward. So, as above, so below. Solar plexus chakra. Spiritual conflict ritual. Spiritual conflict ritual. Chakras. Each of the centers of spiritual power in the human body, usually considered to be 7 in number. Spirit. The non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character, the soul. What is the non-physical part of a person? Of a person. Of the person. Part of the person. What can be labeled and described as the electromagnetic force. Actually, all 4 fundamental forces of nature are part of the one person. But the electromagnetic force is the one that I discovered to be the main one, in which is a part of the person by way of their non-physical side. Because the gravitational force, according from the other information as well, is infinite and omnipresent. So that means it also extends outside of the universe and is inside of the universe, all around it and all permeating through it. Pervasive, like Lord Vishnu is, or according to the information of Lord Vishnu. Moving forward. So, as above, so below. What I'm ultimately getting at, in the spirit right now, currently, there is nothing going down. No, seriously. There is like no violence going down in spirit. There is no entrenchment. There is no evil. It's just nothing. You want to know why it can be considered as nothing going down in spirit? Because you people operate on a foundation where chaos is fun. So order is boring for you. Spirit is in order, completely in order, in every way possible. It got foundation after foundation after foundation in spirit. You follow what I'm saying? So, the more you chaotic people learn about what's inside of you, giving you your abilities to be you, the chaos you is gone. Or at least just a step to getting rid of you so I can have my life back. Moving forward. Some more foundational quotes before I move forward. Getting my life back. Getting out of hell. My desires are very simple. I only wish to get out of hell and go home. My wishes and what I want are very simple. I only wish and want and desire and dream of getting out of hell so I can go home and live. Too bad we have to fight so hard for it though, huh? This is just one of the first steps in fighting. No, why do I do that? Just snake stuff. Yeah, I keep telling you not to trust me, not to respect me, and not to forgive me for anything I do and say online. But that's because it's intentional. So I'm just gonna make like random noises and like do little snaky stuff so, you know, you wouldn't trust me. I want to seem deceptive to you on all that stuff. So that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust me, trust the spirit. By any moral means necessary while I get this to work. So, moving forward. Yeah, I just said all that. Yeah, I'm going to reveal my entire plan to you at all times. I just want to go home and get out of your hell. Sit. What are all these things in reality? My God, my normality, my wife, and my farm. And in that order. That's what they are. Same message. Moving forward. More foundational words. So, there are more hierarchies and things of that nature that can be added to this here solar plexus idea. Like the angels of power. The sense of sight, its gross element, fire, its sin, gluttony, and the opposite of gluttony, discipline. That's what I should have said in the last video. Discipline is the opposite of gluttony. That's the yeah. As a matter of fact, here, let me list this off real quick. Just real quick, and I'm gonna go back to the solar plexus and spiritual conflict and what I'm ultimately getting at as far as above, so below. The way we fight in the physical is how we're fighting in the spirit. But then in reality, there's nothing actually happening in the spirit. So why are we fighting in the physical? That should be a rhetorical question by now. But here, moving forward. So, discipline, right, is the opposite of gluttony. I'm going to list them off right quick. The 9 deadly principality sins. Listing from the top from the current liberation on down to the physical. First one is fear, the sin of fear, and its opposite. I'm gonna list the opposites off with it. The sin of fear is courage. I mean, the opposite of courage is, well, actually, yeah. Because to fear sin would be being courageous. Yeah? Somewhere in that field. Moving forward. The opposite of fear is courage. Second one is jealousy. The opposite of jealousy is contentment. Third one is the third eye chakra, or the third sin is sloth. The opposite of sloth is ambition. I got it listed. I got it all set up now. Let me see. Here, watch this now. So then wrath, right? The opposite of wrath is tranquility. Those were the first four. The fifth one, where the heart chakra is, and the principle of the universe is, principalities, angels. The fifth one would be pride. The opposite of pride is natural pride. Think about it. You are all real stupid and fake evil. And just on that foundational quote alone, I can beat you so easily because all I have to do is love you to death, literally. Thing is, I have to love you to death. Thing is, this physical me could be gone in a week. This is why I keep telling you, don't trust me. Do you know what the word trust literally defines as? A firmly held belief in the reliability, ability, truth, and strength of someone or something. Am I telling you not to rely on am I telling you not to have a firmly held belief in my reliability? Like I said, I can be dead in a week. Then how you gonna rely on me? I'm dead. Or at least, you know, the reliableness, you can't rely on the dead, long story short. My reliability, ability, truth, and strength. My ability. What abilities do I honestly have to physically help you right now? None, other than saying things to you. So I don't have too many physical abilities to honestly get out and protect you. Do not trust me. Reliability, ability, truth, and strength of someone or something is my truth. Even though I count it as the soul's truth and the absolute truth and da-da-da-da-da. Actually, I don't even count it as the absolute truth. You know what I count it as? Something in progress of being the whole truth. Maybe. Think about it. I was raised by people, tyrannical people, who always say maybe and could be and possibly every second that they talk to me. Like, this may or may not have happened, even though it actually obviously did. But still, it may or may not have happened. Even though it happened. Yeah, but it may or may not have happened. It was like last week. It may or may not have been last week. So what about what just happened 20 minutes ago? Where your kind just kidnapped about 1,000 of my daughters and took them overseas. That may or may not have happened. See, the reality is, what will be better is just destroying these people in every way possible. And what will be good for us is just stopping them, period. What do I mean by stopping them? There's all kinds of ways you can stop something from being something. Wouldn't you agree? Ain't no sense in pandering or following all their laws and all their paperworks. The only thing that matters is getting out of their hell. We ain't gonna get out of their hell by following their rules while we in it. Oh, it's a country of laws, and all of your countries are countries of laws. Did you not notice that? And every law in every country is specifically designed to be their what? Detriment. Why do you think you even have the laws? What you need laws for? You think not think. Right? You feel like we are people who need to survive off of laws. Did you know we have one universal law? The Native Americans called it Wakan Tanka, or Wakan Tanka, or simply love. Oh yeah, as far as Wakan Tanka, white from history, we barely even know him. Well, it's not white from history, it was just moved over there, and then this was put in our faces. What is Wakan Tanka? Wakan. The word Wakan means, or Wakan, according to the Native American beliefs, it means holy, where the word Tankan means great. That's what the word actually means when you look it up. But then what it translates to, Great Spirit. Spirit to me ain't no mystery. It's simple. It's the life force government. Let go and let it be. Like, I let go of all of my whatever I am and just let love be what it is through me, to and through me. I did that a long time ago. Now I'm trying to encourage you all through the spiritual conflict ritual. So, I still didn't even get to the definition of ritual, have I? What's the definition of ritual? A solemn or religious or solemn ceremony, right? Ceremony. This is, what am I telling you here? I cannot stand doing that, by the way. What am I telling you about here? Ceremony. What is a ceremony? It's a traditional practice and or prescribed order of customs, or a prescribed order of acts and or customs. A prescribed act. Prescribed act is what a ritual is, or a ceremony is. A prescribed act, meaning someone told you to act like this. Someone told you to do a certain thing. Well, I'm going to tell you to beat the evil garbage out of your spirit. But how can you beat the evil garbage out of your spirit if you don't even know what the evil garbage in your spirit is? Here, I'm gonna finish listing off the negative principalities so you can have some more prescribed acts in regards to what you can do to the darkness in thy mind, heart space currently. Once again, the first four was fear. It's fear, jealousy, sloth, and wrath. Fear, jealousy, sloth, and wrath. Those are the first four. The opposite of those four, courageousness, contentment, ambition, and tranquility. You don't have to be tranquil all day long, because remember, like, they're never going to stop attacking you ever. You follow what I'm saying? So it's just time to learn how to fight back, man. I'm just telling you how to do it in spirit. At least this is one of the ways. You follow me? You don't have to trust me, though. Don't trust me. Trust in the spirit. What if you didn't want to trust in the spirit? You do whatever you want. I'm just going to trust in God. Just me personally. You're going to trust in Wakan Tanka? Yeah. Exactly what I'm going to trust in, because I know what Wakan Tanka it really is, or Wakan Tanka. That name is hard to remember. It's brand new for me. Let's not forget, it was completely erased and moved over there out of my knowledge to see as I was growing up in your world, where your standards are, where your preserved standards are. A world of your preserved standards, not this natural spirit's preserved standards. Moving forward. So, as above, so below. Ritual. Ritual literally means a religious or solemn ceremony. What does the word solemn mean? A serious ceremony. Word solemn means serious. So, serious or honest and sincere ceremony. And a ceremony is an act of traditional or prescribed things to do, passed down from generation to generation, as a tradition is. Go look up the word for yourself so you can see more what I mean. What am I ultimately getting at here? To finish off the rest of the negative principalities now, so you can have more connection to what I meant. I'm not missing anything. It's just there's so many things you need to know that's going to lead to connection of other things. So here, the last five principalities. The last five principalities. Pride. Remember, your fake pride. The opposite of your fake pride is your natural pride. Next was gluttony. What beats gluttony is discipline. Next is lust. What beats lust is stoicism. Next is greed. Now see, here's where it gets tricky for me. Because what beats greed is satisfaction. Because greed is an intense or selfish desire for something. If you're not satisfied with what you have, you're going to be greedy and or have a selfish desire for others. For other things, period. You're not satisfied with what you have, you know? And then the last one is ignorance. And the opposite of ignorance is awareness, period. Awareness, because remember, the word awareness is knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Knowledge alone of a situation. There's only one situation that we're in, the reality of the world today. So once you gain awareness, period, that's virtually the entirety of your spiritual reawakening alone. Glad I got those words out. So, in spirit, this here parable of mine is going to help you figure out and or see ways you can beat the evil energy, pushing you to be in evil energy. You follow what I'm saying? Once again, those 9 principalities before I move on to the final thing to talk about. how to kick their ass, how to beat them. So fear, the opposite of fear is courageousness, once again. The opposite of jealousy is contentment, once again. The opposite of sloth is ambition, once again. The opposite of wrath is tranquility, once again. The opposite of pride is natural pride. Pride for a soul principle. You know what pride is? Pride defines as and simplistically, it's just satisfaction. Just satisfaction. But that the full definition of it, as many times I said, is to, let me see. I'm gonna come back to it. But satisfaction though. What can you be satisfied for? Because that's what pride ultimately is. Satisfaction for something. Satisfaction for one's own achievements. There you go. So yeah, just keep it right there. Satisfaction for a standard. Satisfaction for soul standards. How about that? That's what you can have pride for. Pride for soul standards. Be satisfied for the soul standards. Yeah. Be satisfied for the way the soul encourages you to behave versus how the world encourages you to behave. You follow me? These words are just fighting in spirit. These words are just words that are helping you fight in spirit. These are fighting in spirit words. Opposite of gluttony is discipline. The opposite of lust is stoicism. The opposite of that pride I mentioned earlier, natural pride. A deep feeling of admiration for something or something. No, that's respect. No. I'll come back to it. Maybe not. Moving forward. So, opposite of lust, stoicism. Emotional control over oneself so that lust cannot control you at all. Next. The opposite of greed, satisfaction. But then it's like satisfaction and pride and contentment. All three of those words are one and the same thing. So do we just need to tap into this pride kind of heart, this natural pride kind of thing in order to beat these spirits that we're up against? Pretty much. Be satisfied for one thing in which is not trying to kill you at all, versus being satisfied for something that wants to keep you scrambled all up and confused about everything and trying to kill you every day. This ain't rocket science, B. It's just choosing what doesn't want me to die and being satisfied with that versus choosing what does want me to die and being satisfied with that. You're not going to make me care about any aspect or fundamental detail of this world at all. You want to know why? Because it all wants me and you and everything like me and you, regardless of your skin tone or your genetic makeup process at all, to die. Long story short, this here infrastructure in which these words are destroying, regardless of how out of order I say them, these words that I'm just saying out loud are destroying what only wants you and I to die. Is it really doing that much, though? Is it really doing that much? Hey, man, the only way I got home is through humanity. To and through humanity. That's the only way I'm getting home, is if every single person in humanity, every single so-called human being in humanity becomes what they really are, archangels. If every single person in this species becomes an archangel versus a human being, I am almost home. Home liberation preserves my absolute home. But you all got to become archangels again in order for me to go home, or at least what an archangel literally means, a master spiritual being. Master spiritual being, master of the fist and the spirit. Know what I'm saying? Master of the spiritual fist. That's what you have to be, master of the spirit. Master of the spirit, you know? So, I have one more parable that I'm going to put in for this video, and then I'm going to close it out. A 9 great father, technically 2 more things, and 9 great fathers. One of the 9 great fathers that I want to add to this list. And I also want to tell you why it is important to notice that the powers angels is also a part of this here parable, the spiritual conflict ritual, in which is a ceremony that's going to beat the living daylights of the evil things out of you. Power literally defines as the ability to do something, like perform a ritual ceremony or a superpowered infrastructure ritual ceremony that will beat the nightmares out of your thine mind heart spaces permanently. Perform this ceremony, perform your mastered angelic spiritual beings ceremony. Be a master of a spiritual being. Once you do that, I'm home. Moving forward. Power literally defines as the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or a quality. Mental faculty or moral quality. The word mental and the word moral is not in the definition of the word power, but due to the word faculty and the word quality being in there, I just added them to it. Because that's my power. That's where my power comes from. My mental capabilities and my moral paint. My moral artwork. My moral artboard. What my moral beliefs are painted as to be. And right now, my moral beliefs are painted to be the soul's behavioral traits. So that means I am one person soul standing right now. I'm trying to get 7 billion persons to soul stand right now. And it just so happens to be you beautifully magnificent, melanated, fully melanated chocolate, all you Angela Summer Namobirus of you out there. That's who I'm trying to get on the stand on the soul principle with me at the same time. Promise you I'll marry a fully melanated woman. Moving forward. So, 7 billion melanated soul stance technique. I'm a master of the spirit, and I got combos and techniques that I can use to flip y'all on the spiritual grounds and keep you pinned down there. You ain't breaking my hip or pushing my hip out of pocket. I can suplex you in spirit. I got the capabilities to do so. So doing so by any moral means necessary is what I'll do. Here, take these words with you if you don't mind. I have this 9 great fathers parable. Akuma is the great father. Just one. Remember, it's the solar plexus chakra. Everything connected to the solar plexus chakra for this video to work. As above, so below. The battle that we are having in spirit is also the battle that's happening higher up. The thing is, though, it's not having the battle at all. So why are we having the battle? Oh yeah. Moving forward. So here. Soon as we continue fighting and winning and kicking this negative principalities, cells, or evils out of our mind heart spaces, we'll just become like what we are aligned with naturally. We'll just become like it or live as it. Like I said, the higher you go up, the more these demons get kicked out of you because they won't have any way to stay in you. Because the only thing that's going to be able to stay in you is the soul's truth, the soul in you. Because that's the only thing that is in you, the soul. There ain't no evil in you. I'm not about to believe that something as beautiful as you in your natural core self state has some kind of evil driving you to ruin my life. Oh yeah, I see you doing it, but it's like, why are you doing it? Oh, I know now. So now I can just love you and just tell what the heck, what's driving you to attack me, to burn in the place it came from. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. Moving forward. Spiritual conflict ritual. Serious ceremony that'll kick the negative principalities out of thy mind heart spaces. 9 things. The one that I'm on right now is gluttony. And the opposite of gluttony is discipline. Or at least for this video, it's just focusing on the major one, in which will coexist with the concept of essentially 2 fights going down in the same place. You follow what I'm saying? Because like I said, in the ethereal realm, the solar plexus is our gut energy, our gut spiritual power. But in the astral realm, our solar plexus is our conscious spiritual power. In the astral realm, the King of Kings is the third eye, is the conscious of the King of Kings in the astral realm. But in the ethereal realm, the conscious mind It's of our literal conscious mind, or the third eye chakras of our literal conscious mind. You follow what I'm saying? So as above, so below. As above, so below. You don't necessarily have to count it in that regard, because it may not even make that much sense to you at the current moment in time. It makes plenty of sense to me because I know what they all actually are. Spiritual powers. Powers. Holy Spirit, electromagnetic force. So their electromagnetic forces, abilities to do something throughout you all. That's what spirit is in actuality. The electromagnetic forces, abilities to do something to and throughout you all. To, with, and throughout you all. What is it doing to you? Giving you your lives and your abilities to live them? Giving you life force and your abilities to live them? That's what the life force is doing to you. Giving you life force to you, be you. To be you. That's what the life force is doing. You follow what I'm saying? What is it doing with you? Nothing. Which is a good thing, because it ain't trying to tell you to go kill things. It's just giving you your abilities to be the good thing in which you are naturally. Why do you think there are so many things that have the ability to get in and entrench this nature of yours? It's always good. Everything in this world is built off lies, chaos, corruption, and evil. Lies, chaos, corruption, and evil. So if you introduce truth, order, balance, and goodness, all wipes away, all destroyed. BKA hyper love all of the melanated people on this planet. I just want to love you. That's all I want to do. It just so happens that being able to love who you are means that I'm just being able to love a bunch of master spiritual beings. Master spirits. You're master spiritual beings. That's what an archangel is. Once you all become archangels, I can just love you like I want to. I can just automatically do it. You know what I mean? Like it'll just happen. You know? Won't even be nothing really stopping me from being able to just walk up to a woman of my caliber and kissing her on the forehead. And all I want is a fully melanated woman to kiss on the forehead. Why do I do this thing with my finger? Because a lot of these words are really cringe and lame and hard to tolerate sometimes for someone like me. Especially when I know what is truly going on and I am sick of being obligated to pander. Even for a moment, I am just ready to get this over with. But I know the process, the steps. Not everybody is ready to abandon the Jesus name, or the Yeshua name, or the Yahweh name, or the Yahuwah name, or the Yahusha name. Y'all ain't ready to abandon those names, are you? I am. Every day I am ready to abandon any and everything that keeps you all separated from me. Look up the name Wakan Tanka. Wakan Tanka. Wakan Tanka. It's brand new. Not trying to disrespect it, not trying to butcher it. It's just, I know what you all are truly. So I'm not about to call you anything other than what you are. It just so happens that all 10,000 of your religious beliefs are some kind of pinch from the truth of what you are, spirit and soul. The great spirit and soul is what you all are, what we all are, what all things are. And you want to know what's happening in the great spirit and soul? Nothing. How can we make that happen out here in the physical? Figure out what is causing our physical to behave differently than the internal. From what I can see, it's about 9 deadly sinful principalities. And the one that I'm really focusing on for this video is gluttony. The opposite of gluttony is discipline. Coming from the solar plexus chakra. It's just a piece of the information. I'll put everything else in the video too. This is all I honestly have for this video. No mention of any belief systems though, huh? I don't like to give you what you all want necessarily. I just want to say things that'll get rid of what is being a problem in here. Here. most of this revolves around the solar plexus chakra. The element of fire, the element of burning things, the element of burning 9 negative principalities out of thy mind heart spaces. The idea of burning fear into courageousness, the idea of burning jealousy into contentment, the idea of burning sloth into ambition, the idea of burning fake pride into natural pride or quantum pride or divine pride or God pride. Divinative, source, good, natural, balanced pride, balanced satisfaction. What do you even have a satisfaction for? You want to know what I have a satisfaction for? Balanced force of love. A balanced force of love I am satisfied with. I am satisfied with a balanced force of love. That's what I'm satisfied with. And the more I say these words out loud, the more they fight what is in you, causing you to be the opposite of what you are. My angel, my archangel, my mastered spiritual being. You will all be masters of your spiritual being. You all will. Why? Because I'm really selfish and I only want to love you. What? I want to love you and admire you all the days of my life. And there's nothing you can do about that at all. So I'm going to keep saying things out loud that's going to trick talk you into being what I want you to be, what I can love and admire and cherish and appreciate and respect all the days of my life. I just want to have good energy. I'm going to have good energy. I need good energy around me at all times. And at all times, I need good energy around me. So that's what you all going to be. What? Am I crazy? I don't care. I love you very much. You all gonna be archangels. Deal with it. How much do I sound like Debo from Friday? Don't even matter. Moving forward. Here. That was lame. Everything that makes you opposite of a balanced force of love, I'm just going to set it on fire. Meaning like, I'm going to burn your gluttony into discipline. And I'm going to burn your lust into stoicism. Women can be stoicism. Why are women lustful? Women don't need to be lustful. Then I'm going to burn your greed into satisfaction for these soul principles. I'm going to burn your greed into a satisfaction for a force of love, principle, behavior, practice, balance, force of love. Yeah. Then I'm going to burn your ignorance into awareness. That's what I'm going to do. That's what all these words are going to ultimately do. And then with this layup in mind right here, now I am finally prepared to tell you some of the final things I want to tell you. With this knowledge, due to what you are and what it's going to take, in a sense, for me to get rid of you. With these words, I'm just simply about to beat your double hockey sticks. All. I just don't want to use profanity, man. That's all. I'm going to be using it a lot soon. Disregarding of all the things I said in this video, because let's never forget, in order to put this entrenchment into the world, it legitimately has to be beaten into you. So yeah, I'm about to spiritually beat y'all all around the place soon. Know what I'm saying? Things gonna get on your spiritual necks and drag you up into the spirit to get this darkness out of my world. Know what I'm saying? Hey man, I love you all a lot, yo. At least my highest nature does. My highest nature do. My highest nature and my actual nature really love you. But my lowest nature just wants to go home. So everything that you are now to my lower nature, shalom, shalom, shalom. All I want is my God, my normality, my wife, and my farm, and in that order. And I don't want the second thing until I gets the first thing. And I dang sure don't want the third thing until I gets the second thing. And so on. Why? Why are you sounding like a redneck hillbilly right now? I'm just saying random things, man. But why? Why don't you want your God before your normality? And why don't you want your wife before everything else you just said? You said a lot of stuff. So, I need my God first because that's my village. And I cannot do anything without my village because my village is my power, literally. Like the solar plexus energy gives me. My God gives me my power. Fifth dimensional thinking mind is also in the solar plexus chakra. I didn't even mention that throughout this entire video. Fifth dimensional thinking mind. Fifth part of the story, huh? Gives you your ability to see it after you gain your moral perfection, huh? Look at how it all ties together, right? You can put it together however you want to put it together. Why do you want your normality before your wife? Or you may consider it pleasure because it's regeneration in there. Whatever. My thing is, be perfect for her so she can be perfect for me. That's my whole thing. I just want to be perfect for her so she can be perfect for me. And due to me not having my village at hand, giving these oppressive people a chance to wipe away all the things that made me perfect for her, damages and lies, long story short, you screwed my life up, then told us both to hate each other for both of our lives being screwed up by you. Meaning you put the damage in there and just stacked a bunch of fake solutions on top of it, in other words. And then you go do that with many things. You will plant the damage and fake solution, fake solution, fake solution. Plant the damage, fake solution, fake solution, fake solution. Plant the damage, fake solution, fake solution, fake solution. You follow what I'm saying? And you just do that with everything. And that's what you did betwixt me and my sisters. Betwixt brother and sister, that's what you did. You did that. You see? You damaged the crap out of our lives and then told our women they don't need no man anyways. So in other words, you had to ruin our lives in order for your entrenchment to work on our sisters. What would happen if you didn't damage us? What would happen if we didn't have any damages? How do you think our women would see us? Do you think your entrenchment would even last a moment in control over them? No, it wouldn't. And our women finally come back, be the whole body we need, so we can fight these demons the way we need to. All I want is my God, my normality, my wife, my farm, and in that order. Did y'all notice Martin Luther King had a wife? Did y'all notice all the things they said about Martin Luther King was a lie? Meaning Martin Luther King didn't love the hoes. He only loved liberation. Martin Luther King was not a whoremonger. That was a lie. Attack on his character. Kind of like they did Satan, isn't it? Kind of like they do Satan every day, isn't it? Tell you all kinds of lies about him. Just like a baby mother would do a baby father she don't like. Am I saying that Satan is our dad? No. I'm saying he's an ancestor, though. So could he have been one of our dads? Absolutely. You don't have to believe that, though. Satan is dead. So is Lucifer. So is all of those so-called evil people you all feel like are evil. They're all dead. Question though, Martin Luther King. Didn't Martin Luther King have a wife? Coretta Scott King? Did Malcolm X have a wife? I'm not even gonna try. Didn't these men have wives? Huey Newton had a wife. And those people marched in, those pigs, right? As y'all called them back then in the 60s. Those pigs marched in and shot him to death while he was laying next to his pregnant wife. And they just made sure he was good and dead now, didn't they? And you mean to tell me the only thing preventing us from stopping them and or destroying them are these 9 negative base sins? So what do I have to do to get them out of the way so we can just, you know, fight the right goddamn fight already? Say some more things out loud that'll give us an idea of how to do it. Therefore, peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family. Wake up faster.